Consider the smart meter. They want you to have one. They want you to have one. Suddenly they're being rolled out. After decades of not knowing we needed one, suddenly we do. Of course we do. Natch. Obvs. Now, I don't know about you, but I've managed to manage my use of electricity and gas without the use of additional high-tech equipment. If it's cold, I turn on the heating, and if it's dark, I turn on the lighting. When unit costs are high, well, I'm a bit more careful. This is all you need to know. You do know that, don't you? It's all you need to know. Well, you say, I don't mind if it's free. If the benevolent utilities company wishes to spend all this money on me, little old me, then surely they've got my best interests at heart. I suppose I toyed with this ridiculous conceit for a couple of seconds. These guys, Eon, Npower, Scottish whatnot, etc., have my best interests, etc., etc. The designers of the smart meter, the IT infrastructure, they've all got my best But let's get real here. Ask the simple question, are smart meters for us, or are they for them? For the grateful energy consumer, or for the benefit of the man? For definitions of the man, see the Oxford Dictionary. Gaz and Leccy. Gaz and Leccy. Dear Lord. A mindless Tom and Jerry style caper in which two types of energy bash the living daylights out of each other. What has this to do with the price of fish, let alone the unit price of gas or electricity? Well, it's benign, it's fun, but it's violent and meaningless, totally meaningless. Electricity and gas competing for our attention. Do we have a choice? Do we have a choice whether our oven runs on gas or electricity? No, it's a load of bollocks. Ooh, an advert that is slick and entertaining. What's it for? Well, that's not immediately apparent. But getting those funny guys under control, well, that's a good thing, surely. Surely. It's public information in an age when information can be, well, exposing. So why not infantilize the audience, spend a lot of quango, government, your money, as we sometimes call it, and soften up the general public for the installation of the smart meter, without actually having to say anything, without saying bugger all. Let's return to my original thought. If it's cold, I turn on the heating. If it's dark, I turn on the lighting. If I'm poor, I don't have the heating and the lighting on as much as if I'm rich. When unit costs are high, I'm a bit more careful, and sometimes I act responsibly. I know a transistor radio, or a DAB radio, uses less electricity than the oven does on Christmas Day. Why? Because I'm not an idiot. That is all you need to know. When millions are thrown at giving you something you don't need, you don't have to look far to track down the answer. You might not need it. Who does need it? Why? It's for the industry. It's to closely monitor your usage and then sell you stuff that you don't really need, thereby obviating, negating the message of thrifty energy use. Let me say that just one more time for the heart of thinking. It's for the industry, not for you. It's to closely monitor your usage and then sell you stuff that you don't really need, thereby obviating, negating the message of thrifty energy use. And that's the most charitable description of why these things are being foisted upon us. Much more darkly, of course, this is yet another device with the never-to-be-mentioned microwaves, radio waves pulsing out of it. Another device in the tight confines of your house to be whacking out radio frequencies that are not fully understood in terms of what they do to living organisms, what they do to your DNA, how they give you diseases, how they might create cancers. Not fully understood, not widely discussed by Nokia, Samsung, Apple, all the people who make the modems, the mobile phones, the microwaves, not widely discussed. Are you reassured by what the mobile phone industry says about the safety of their products? Are you happy about children having phones and tablets constantly in close contact to their bodies? Wireless all over the place? Microwaves, are you happy with them? Mobile phone towers, you've got to be happy with them. And now a new and totally unnecessary box emitting scarcely acknowledged, possibly highly damaging pulsed energy in constant communication with Energy HQ. How is this box helping you? For the most extremely paranoid amongst us, this is the third layer of the necessary infrastructure to prepare us for the somewhat late arrival of 1984. Gaz and Leccy are watching you. This message brought to you by Smart Meters Just Say No.